This is my Shaq moment there. It's not the spice.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Nadir Shawish, and welcome to Hot Ones, where we ask hot questions and eat even hotter wings. Today we have our beloved guest, Sheikh Aarij Anwar. He's the new Muslim chaplain for the Western Muslim Student Association, and we're honored to have you today. MashaAllah, Sheikh Aarij is the founder of Qutuf Academy, which teaches Arabic. He has also written a book about the Prophet ﷺ's supplications, and as an integral part of the MSA, we're truly humbled to have him here. Sheikh, how are you with hot sauce? How's your pain tolerance like?
My tolerance is very high, and I'm looking forward to this. I'm Desi, so I'm gonna put my Desiness on the line here and put these wings to the test.
Now, Bismillah.
Now, Bismillah.
So, Alhamdulillah, you've been given the opportunity of being the Muslim chaplain at Western University. Why do you think this role is so important?
It's a very important role because the people that, inshallah, I'll be serving, you guys, are important to the community, extremely important. Not just in the sense of as a demographic, but I think individually, as people, this is the time where we kind of discover ourselves. We find a lot about ourselves when you go through university. And it's also a time where, you know, sometimes there is there's moments of weakness, exacerbated by exams and pressure, and a lack of support. Spiritual support is very, setting up the students for failure in many ways, right? So I think the institution of chaplaincy and me being part of that, the MSA, is critical to provide that support as we go through, the difficulties of exams and deadlines and whatnot. So I think this is very important, overdue, but alhamdulillah, now we're here.
Alhamdulillah, as a follow-up to that, what's a piece of advice you'd give to Muslims struggling with their faith?
I think the most important thing is to keep it simple. Islam is very beautiful. The study of Islam is nuanced. The practice is very nuanced as well. But you want to keep it simple. Do the basics. Just pray your salah. Don't worry about differences too much. Do the basics. Do them right. Do them with sincerity. That's the most important thing.
All right, are you ready for the next one?
So what's the second sauce?
Dotson's hot sauce.
I see he's got some smoked garlic. All right. Definitely the garlic, and you taste it, right?
MashaAllah, it's a good tasting wing.
Yeah.
You graduated from the University of Waterloo with a computer science degree, but now you're a sheikh at the London Muslim Mosque. What made you take that decision to take on a career in religion rather than the career that you got your degree in? And did you get any backlash from your family and friends?
I think I need some water.
Go right ahead, Sheikh.
Yeah, so when I was finishing up university at Waterloo, I think the Waterloo degree has gotten its value has gone up since back then, especially computer science. But when I finished at that point, I really felt that the people who represented Islam in the community, the imams and the people who represent the Muslims by and large, I felt that they weren't doing a good enough job. I thought that there was misrepresentation of Islam, not just like in a convoluted way or in a perverse way, but it wasn't accurate. And one thing about computer science is that you become very precise with your thought process, right? So I just thought, or I found that to be very disturbing. And I think maybe arrogantly I thought that I could do better, right? The good thing is that you asked about, this is my Shaq moment there. It's not the spice. But you were asking about family. So my family was actually quite supportive. Basically, they were saying, look, you did your computer science degree, now go do what you wanted, right? Like it's like for Desi families, it's like a check mark. You got your degree, all right, now you're not a bum, go do what you need to do, okay? So I just looked at myself, my situation, I said, I can take this risk of, stepping away, studying Islam, and feeling that I could authentically represent it.
Alhamdulillah, didn't look back since.
Yeah, pretty much.
Alhamdulillah. So for the viewers at home that are wondering how they can get a career in religion, where would you tell them to start off?
First, you have to live it a little bit, right? I don't think it makes sense for a person to talk about like baking a cake if they can't, bake it themselves, right? You have to be good at that before you start teaching it to other people. Islam is always about, firstly, yourself. And the Quran says, "Alaykum anfusakum." Your responsibility, your liability is yourself. So first, we have to clean up our own act. The starting point for anything in Islam academically is Arabic, and the classical Arabic, Fusha. And the classical Arabic, specifically the grammar, the nahu and the sarf, things that a lot of times are made memes of, right?
Exactly.
But they're very critical. That's the key that unlocks the door. So start with that, then the Quran, understanding the Quran, not just memorizing it. And once a person is on that journey, keep going as far as you want, as deep as you want, and you take it from there.
For sure. And may Allah make it easy for us all.
Ameen. Ameen.
Now we're going to take on this third sauce. Calabria. It's a collaborative event.
I know, right? I think the garlic got to me a little bit more than this.
This one isn't too spicy.
No.
But like, is it getting to you in general or no?
No, it's okay.
Alhamdulillah.
I think the smoked garlic was a little, I wasn't expecting it. Maybe I'm just trying to make excuses for myself.
It's all good. Alhamdulillah, you have water and milk in front of you. So
that's it.
Whenever you're ready, So on to the next question. What would you tell your younger self? What would you give your younger self like as a piece of advice?
I think I'll tell myself for sure that life is never going to be linear. Like, you don't just progress in a linear fashion. It's going to be like a zigzag. It's going to be up and down. And that's actually if you think about it, that's actually the beautiful part of life. Because I think in moments where you are down, that's where you learn about yourself. That's where you learn about your relationship with Allah, like how strong that is or how weak that is. And like, don't be afraid of those moments. Like, I think when I was younger, just afraid of making a mistake, afraid of doing something where then it would set me back, or it would be like a loss in some way, right? I think what I would say to myself was that don't take that in your stride, because that's part of life, and actually long term, it's better. You will progress and be better because of it.
For sure. But you wouldn't tell yourself to get an Apple phone instead of an Android?
I don't know about that, but I tell myself to buy some Bitcoin.
Buy some
right around 2009 or 2010. That's it.
For sure.
Buy and then hodl.
Diamond handshake. Diamond handshake. So next we're going to be getting onto our segment called Deep Dive, where we bring over some Instagram pictures and we try and get to explain it, because in this case we don't have much context. So can I get Saad's iPad over here, please, Saad? Perfect. Thank you so much. All right. So here we have this lovely picture of you with your torn ACL.
Yes.
Would you be able to explain what happened there?
So what happened, this was my second ACL surgery, 2017. That was 2017. This was the left leg. 2013 was the right leg. And what happened was both times I tore my ACL playing basketball. First time was I pump faked and this guy fell on me. And then I fell because he, basically like body slammed me or clotheslined me. And then I went to the doctor. He's like, "Oh, just a sprain." I said, "I think something more than a sprain. Like I can feel it." And then eventually it was tore ACL. This one was, I was trying to go for a steal. I was trying to, take the ball out of this guy's hand. In basketball, when I used to play, I actually took a lot of pride in swiping the ball away from people.
Okay.
That was like my thing. I would just come up from behind and just take the ball away. I don't know why I found that so interesting, but I just liked to look on the people's face when I took the ball from them.
Exactly.
Right? So I was trying to do that, and I think it was a very heated game, and I think I overextended, and then the torque basically like tore my ACL.
Are you sure, like, we weren't playing one-on-one? Like, I don't know if you recall. I crossed you over once, and then another crossover, and then that just tore both your ACLs, or is that?
I don't recall. I don't have a recollection of that.
This wing, the sauce is called the Phoenix. Let's get into it.
Okay, let's do it.
Not too bad, right?
Not too bad. No.
Tasty.
It's actually nice. I think it's I don't know. Maybe that's the Desi in me talking, but it tastes like turmeric. Does it?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, definitely. MashaAllah. All right, on to the next. We have this video of you and your family. If you could just explain just what's going on here.
Man, I don't even know why that was the case. So I have 4 daughters.
MashaAllah. It's getting to you, eh?
So I have 4 daughters. They have a lot of stuffed toys. I don't know why one of them thought it would be funny to have a toy in the fridge. And then when you open it, you see like a toy in the fridge, you're like, oh, what is this? And they laugh at your reaction. And then, as there's 4 of them, they decided that it's a great idea to put all the toys in the fridge. So I come home, I'm like, okay, what is this? I open the door and it's just, these toys are staring at me in the face. And that's why the emoji of like face palm.
Face palm?
That's it, right?
Definitely, yeah.
But you know, it's when you have little kids, they do these things, and my friends who have older kids tell me, you will miss these moments. I'm like, I'm not sure, man. I like my sleep. I don't get a lot of sleep. I don't like diapers.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not sure if I'm gonna miss that, but you know, jokes aside, it's a blessing always, you know, with family and kids.
Yeah, for sure. I've grown up with 4 other siblings, alhamdulillah. 3 of them being sisters, so I think I can relate to this very, very much so. But no, mashallah, Allah yakhli lak iyahum.
Ameen ya Rabb, ameen.
So we're gonna do 2 sauces in a row, just to spice it up a bit.
Let's do
no
it.
pun intended, of course. The first one we got is Los Calientes.
This is good.
They do taste good.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the next one. Jekyll and Hyde. Now, 13 Angry Scorpions. I saw it. I was like, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. I wasn't too sure about what was going on there.
Can I give you like a split personality?
Allahu alam.
Yeah?
I'm not sure, but we'll
Okay.
see.
All right, let's see. It's spicy.
It's not too bad.
Yeah.
It's not too bad at all. All right. Is it kicking in yet?
It is a little bit. How are we feeling, Sheikh? Let me have some water. Take your time, of course. I regret saying that I'll put my dizziness on the line right now.
All right.
All right. So
Good.
we got this picture. Last picture for the deep dive. It is of the GOAT,
The goat.
Khabib. What are your thoughts on him retiring at such a young age and being undefeated?
I love it. Right. It was really like I honestly I admire Habib a lot because you have someone who is so authentically Muslim, and they're not sugarcoating it, right? And it's kicking in now.
It is.
But what I was very disappointed as a fan because you want to keep seeing him dominate. You love the build up, but then I really appreciate how he walked away on his own terms. Like I wish I could like in one point in my life do that, just walk away from something, my terms. This is I don't want to do this anymore, and you leave with people wanting more, right? I think we're both like tearing up here.
No,
right?
I'm not tearing up. You're tearing up.
It's Habib. No, actually, it's the sauce.
It's a sauce.
But I actually really admire that you can walk away from something on your own terms. The whole world wants you to do one thing, and you're like, nope, I'm gonna do this because I made a promise to my mom. Like, how awesome is that?
Bir al-walidain.
Birrul walidain, for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts on other Muslim athletes like Mohamed Salah and Sadio Mane,
Yeah.
where we see these Muslim athletes coming in whenever they score, they're doing a sajda and really representing Islam in such a beautiful way.
Yeah, no, so it's really important. I think it's really awesome to see Muslim athletes. I think representation has to be authentic. You know, like, I remember there's a basketball player, Sharif Abdul Rahim. You might remember, he used to play in the Vancouver Grizzlies back before they were Memphis Grizzlies. And he used to fast in Ramadan while playing. And I bought the SI magazine back then, in VSTF magazines, right? And he was on the cover. And he was talking about how he's fasting in Ramadan and how he feels his stats are better or he performs better, and then it showed his stats, you know, like Ramadan and outside of Ramadan. I love that piece. For me, it was so critical as like a, you know, teenager in high school. You're facing this pressure from people to comply. There's Islamophobia. It was right after 9/11, right? Islamophobia is just like taking off. It's kind of pushing you to like conform, change who you are, just strip away parts of your identity to distance yourself from the narrative. And then you see someone who's so openly proud, so strong, and at the peak of like their excellence, right? Of their sport. It gives you courage, right? That's what I feel. And that's why they're so important, these athletes.
Are you ready to get on to the next sauce, Sheikh?
Let me try this one more time.
So it is the bomb. Talking to you prior, you were afraid of this one.
I was.
And to be honest with you, not even just for the camera's sake, but I'm not afraid.
MashaAllah. So let's do it.
Yalla, bismillahir rahmanir rahim.
Oh man. Well, you have a high tolerance.
I'm Palestinian.
MashaAllah.
We're gonna go into our next bit, which is called Would You Rather.
Oh man.
I'm just gonna fire a bunch of questions at you, and we'll go with your answer. It's kicking in a bit. Oh. Would you rather have the ability?
Oh, thank you. You know, I think I rubbed my eyes with that, and now I'm feeling it in my eyes.
You good?
I'm good.
We're double
Double napkins.
double napkins. So would you rather have the ability to see 10 minutes into the future or 10 years into the future?
Well, I think 10 years,
Why?
because then you can buy the stock of the company that's up at that time.
Nice. Would you rather lose the ability to speak or lose the ability to read?
Speak.
Why? Sheikh, we're crying together. This is a great time to make dua.
I
The
know.
tears are coming down.
This is not crying because of like khushu or anything. This is crying out of pain. Oh man. All right. I haven't had milk in like a long time, so.
It's all good.
You know, I think I forgot what was the question again.
I was gonna ask you to restate the question. Would you rather lose the ability to speak or lose the ability to read?
Yeah, speak.
Why?
Because I think you can communicate in other ways, especially by typing, gesturing, right? But if you can't read, then you're like, I don't know, you're lost, right?
Would you rather be 10 minutes late or 1 hour early every single appointment you have?
I would like to be 1 hour early. I'm always 10 minutes late.
I think I'm with you on that one too.
Ooh, oh man, that's. I think you should have some water and some milk, bro. Like,
Not even just for the camera's sake, but I'm not afraid.
MashaAllah.
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 So this sauce is called the pucker butt sauce.
Okay.
I don't know how appropriate that is for MSA standards, but however, we will continue on and go with the wing, inshallah. You ready?
Okay. Yes. Bismillah.
So we're gonna go into rapid fire. Real quick. London or Mississauga?
Well, that's very hard. I would say London.
London. If you could eat out for 1 week straight, what would you eat?
Delhi meat.
Delhi meat.
But from a specific place.
Which place?
It's called East Meets West. I don't know.
Your hidden talent.
Making coffee. I'm not
Making
sure.
coffee. Biggest life-changing moment.
Having my first daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
SubhanAllah.
Yeah.
Your biggest fear.
Not doing well for my daughters. Not doing right by them.
And last question. And like you can answer this honestly, but like if you don't, like we might have to change chaplains. Who's your favorite MSA member?
Can I say all of them?
No, that's not one member. That's multiple members.
The collective is like one.
You know what? Just because as an ummah, we kind of like we're one body. So I'll allow that one for
That's
now.
it.
That's a political answer, but We'll talk after, inshallah.
All right.
All right. So moving on to the last wing. This is all the sauces combined. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. If the viewers at home and the viewers here wanted to contact you, how could they contact you, Sheikh?
They can email me. There's also a link to book an appointment, which is through Zoom, and we can meet and chit chat and whatnot. And if there's a real urgent or pending need, you can always also text or WhatsApp. I don't prefer that because, to be honest, I won't reply to your text, but emails I will reply to. So yeah, that's the 3 ways to do it.
Where can I find this stuff?
Oh, it's on the chaplaincy site under Western MSA. Under Western, there's a.
The link tree.
I'm forgetting what I was saying because this hot is hitting me. Sorry. Under the Instagram of it's the Western MSA, there's a link, right? Yeah. Also on the Western chaplain site, there's a link to find me, and then my contact details are there. So,
Barakallah fi Sheikh. We are done. All the wings. Now it's tradition on the show. We got camera 1, camera 2, camera 3. Tell them what you got going on in your life right now.
Okay. Right now, I'm just trying to find the. I think I'm forgetting words because the sauce is like really hitting me. But what's going on right now is we have, alhamdulillah, the chaplaincy. Very happy, very honored to be here as a chaplain. Getting settled in as a chaplain, that was something I was doing the last couple of months. We also have a lot of anti-Islamophobia work that is being done in the community. Very honored to be a part of that and supporting that work. As you know, the viewers might know, London was, square one, or for a lot of that, a lot of that coverage, a lot of that conversation, and we're happy to be, part of that conversation, and that is coming to the pipeline. So keep your eyes open for that.
MashaAllah. Thank you for your time. Jazakallah khairan, Sheikh. And Jazakallah khairan for all our viewers that are watching at home, that are watching here. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alaikum salam.
Wow. I'm not gonna lie, that wasn't too bad. I'm dying.
This episode of Hot Ones was brought to you by the Orphan Sponsorship Program on the MSA.
If you want to see more of our amazing initiatives, make sure to follow our social media and donate to our GoFundMe page.